The most important step in QLA is the mindset part of it. The absolute barometer of what either makes people successful or holds them back is self-image. And I've said it before, but it's well worth repeating that if you have not, what I see now is the most impact that anything has on people that they read is Release Your Brakes by Jim Newman. If you haven't read that, I would highly suggest that you do it. It was out of print for a long time. It's now in print again, and I think it's $30 or something like that. You can get it from Amazon. But I wanted to give you an example of why that is so important. I was talking to Yossi last week, and it was the first call I had with him. And he mentioned that he had gone through and read Release Your Brakes. He had read half of it because he was doing the examples and the tests that they give you throughout that. And what he said to me was really interesting. He said he had totally forgotten about this, but he's in Bulgaria now. He grew up in Israel. When he was in the second grade, I think it was, in Israel, the teacher gave them a book, told him to read the first chapter and complete the exercises. And he was so excited with that book that he stayed up. He finished the whole book. He did all the exercises. And the next day in class, the teacher said to him, Yossi, you can't do this. It's not fair to the other students to do this much extra work. And basically the message was, don't try to stick your head above the fray. Fit in, be happy with what you have, et cetera, et cetera. Apparently the teacher talked to Yossi's mother, and when he got home, he heard the same kind of thing. And he said he'd forgotten about that, but when he read Release Your Brakes, he went back and he thought about that, and then it explained to him why he hasn't achieved more in terms of success in what he's doing. And so oftentimes, those lessons early in life, you don't even realize anymore what they were, but they are in your subconscious. They end up affecting your behavior. And so, as Yossi did, I would encourage you, as I said, to go get Release Your Brakes and read it. That is the number one book that I've found has an impact on people. And I think it's more important to read that book first than Think and Grow Rich or Your First 100 Million, because unless you get that part of it sorted out and you're comfortable with success, you understand what's held you back and how to change that, the rest of the techniques won't really matter. And a second example of that was from Chris. I received a testimonial from him this week. Chris is a sharp guy. He will, I think, have success. I only say I think, but he has the tools. But ultimately, whether he chooses to use those tools is his decision. And I think the answer to that is yes, he will. And you'll get a feel for that when I read this. And he said, Bruce Whipple helped me get my head on straight. I decided to re-engage the QLA process after a 2-year hiatus. Bruce's coaching style is positive and constructive. He helped me navigate several key life events, including departing from a toxic employer relationship, overcoming grief associated with the sudden loss of a very close friend, and transforming my success habits. I studied nearly every outline course available at brucewhipple.com. I also joined Bruce for a 1-hour weekly coaching call. My work with Bruce was undoubtedly successful. My mindset is sharp and my focus is clear. I also gained very effective selling tools to create the initial stages of the 7 steps to super success, steps 1 through 4. I'm quickly gaining ground on my dreams. So in the relationship I've had with Chris, as he said here, he took a 2-year hiatus where he stepped back, and he did come back. He got himself sorted out mentally, which he's talked about here. And then the additionally important part of success is, as opposed to during his 2-year hiatus, he's taking action, and massive action now. And not only is it affecting his work and what he wants to do with QLA, but it's also affecting his relationships and his personal life as well. He recently told me that in Release Your Brakes, he read that, and he's been kind of a madman on getting in shape. And he said that understanding comfort zone, as explained in that book, allowed him to push through, I think it was a bench press that he had been unable to push through before. So I think Release Your Brakes will be able to affect more than just business. It'll affect your whole life. So for the third time, I'd highly encourage you to get that book and read it. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments or ideas for future episodes, please email bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you're not already on our mailing list, head over to brucewhipple.com and sign up and grab any of the free reports. That'll put you on the mailing list. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you failed to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of you.